Welcome to episode 136 of the OVW podcast, the original podcast of Ohio Valley Wrestling. My name is Jack Minoaks.
I'm Brian Allen.
I'm Brian Hines.
Today we're getting into all of the action from OVW Double Cross 2026, which premiered last Tuesday, a week from as recording, on April 14th at legendary Hot Point Davis Arena.
Was surprised to see it was actually live on Tuesday. I really expected them to hold that for Thursday, but nope, it was right there on YouTube in real time.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But oh well, you still get to watch it twice.
I feel like this happens every year. I feel like this is not the first time we've made this mistake. Maybe we should anticipate it in the future, but it's kind of a moot point because last Tuesday when this premiered, we had just wrapped up recording, Brian Allen, our first episode, maybe last episode of Death to the Fed.
Maybe, yeah.
Death to the Fed is our new podcast that you can catch right now on the OVW podcast Patreon page.
Ooh, yes.
It is the first upload to the Patreon page. It is currently free. Our Patreon,
And it will always be free.
it will always be free. Our Patreon page is going to be a little different than, and this is something we've been
And
talking.
this is something brand new. We've not said this to anybody on an actual microphone yet.
Yeah,
so.
no, for sure.
News, yeah.
It's going to be run a little bit different. There's a few different tiers. A big thing, and you can ask anybody in this room, a big thing for me was trying to make sure that there's enough content on this to ask people to spend their money on it. And also having some content that was uploaded free and will remain free. Like I'm a big believer in that. It is incredibly hard for me to ask anybody to donate money to us, much less expect anybody will. So I just wanted to make sure that this was as fair as humanly possible for everyone involved, us, the producers of the OVW podcast, and you guys, the listener of the OVW podcast. And I think so far we've come up with some ways to insulate ourselves to any insecurity I might have had. The biggest one being that our first episode on Patreon is for free. You can join for free, and that episode will always be free. Now, Brian Hines,
Yes,
did you get to listen to Death to the Fed yet?
I have not. It's been a busy week, man. I've been out on the road a couple times.
Admittedly, I did literally warn people not to listen to it at the start of the episode.
That's
And I feel like I was fair in that.
I don't. What was the worst thing that I said?
that was a very
I wouldn't want to
tame
repeat that
recording.
here because now
I mean,
we
that
have
was-
said it on this podcast too.
I mean,
We are keeping Death to the Fed in its own little contained environment.
channel.
If you want, does anybody know what our Patreon address is?
Nope.
At OVW Podcast?
Yeah, Patreon.com/OVW podcast.
It was easy to find. I'll
Yes.
put it that way. It was easy to find.
Okay, I didn't know what you guys had been into while I was out last week.
Yeah, you've been around the bend for a minute, Mr.
I
Hines.
have been,
Zinking it up.
you know.
Yep, zinking it up. Shooting ropes. Shooting
All right,
ropes.
then.
I don't.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
So yeah, we have a Patreon now. There's going to be bonus content where you're going to start to be able to get this show days earlier than it'll. This will always be free, by the way. This
100%.
show will always be free. Any interviews we do will always be free.
Always be
The
free.
fan zone, of course, it's not even on our channel, so it'll always be free.
Free as hell.
Yep. So that none of that is changing. What this gets you, what joining our Patreon will get you, is the chance to get some things earlier. Mm-hmm. We're going to commit to actually recording these things earlier, sooner after Rise. Plus, there's going to be some new stuff.
We got thrown kind of there was a spanner in the works, if you will, for all of our British fans. This past week with
Both of you.
the Tuesday Rise, or else this episode would have been out earlier as well. But we
And
just
we would
decided
have
to
announced this last week,
recalibrate.
yeah.
We just decided to kind of recalibrate given the schedule this week. But we want to make that a place. I want to do a mini series, like maybe a 6-parter on Reaganomics and Hulkamania on that show, like the relationship between Reaganomics and Hulkamania, and maybe further down how that gets us into our current political situation.
or not.
No, I think I could do it.
I'm here for it.
That's what I
You
think.
got one person here for it at least.
Thank you.
You made an interesting enough point the other day when you mentioned this to me, so I'm willing to hear you out as far as that goes.
Yeah, no. I think in all honesty, it would take a lot more reservation than I usually have. But I do think I could, given the time and the research, I do think that I could write something worth listening to on that subject. I really do. I think that there's a really strong connection, even
Plus,
through
we're
our
gonna go
current
back
moment
and-
with it. So
Plus, we think we're going to go back and watch some PLEs or some pay-per-views from OVW's past.
100%. I
so-
think we're gonna try to play some video games on
Yeah.
there.
Actually, we may
Yep.
if we move releasing the podcast from after Fan Zone on Wednesdays, we may take that Wednesday after Fan Zone time up to do some video game streaming
Well, yeah,
on
and
our
then-
Patreon.
Well, see, I was thinking we could, and this is all could be handled later, but we do the video game for free as the stream. The stream is taken down at
Yeah,
the end, and
and
then
then
that
it's on
stream ends up
Patreon.
on the
Yeah.
Patreon. We did find out, or at least I found out recently, that WrestleMania 19 for the GameCube has a training mode where Al Snow is in the corner yelling at you the entire time.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is, if we're doing video games.
And I've
like,
been searching for, and it's only on the GameCube.
It's
yeah.
only on GameCube.
So I have been searching GameCube on eBay, and I'm gonna end up with one. I know me.
I could pull that.
You got a
I know
GameCube?
somebody. I have a GameCube, but I have a Wii U that is very modded to death and can play.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
even-
yeah,
all
that's
we
ever-
need.
Oh, hell,
All we need
hell
is the
yeah.
game.
Allegedly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
allegedly.
Yeah, there's places you could find.
We don't need your methods or
Right.
contacts, but if you can get us WrestleMania 19,
Got it.
so we can have friend of the show Al Snow yell at us about our video game wrestling prowess.
be
I am all the way here for it.
Yeah, I found that out. I was watching old X Play, and they mentioned it on that, and I was like, oh, that's who better? I mean, who better than the OVW podcast to get yelled at by Al Snow on a video game, not
That'd
in
be a great
real
time.
life this time.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to, 8:00 on a Wednesday, you just listen to these knuckleheads do some predictions.
These three smart guys. Come on, come on.
Then you can watch us all get our butts kicked in various video games. If you're here for it, OVW, patreon.com/OVW podcast. Go check it out.
Video games are. It takes a lot to get me mad in real life, but video games are one thing that I don't really have a tolerance for. As far as if I don't get it right the first time, then I'm just going to lose my shit. So
Gamer's
we
rage,
can't be having that.
Yeah, I accidentally, to follow up on the video game thing and the Pokemon thing from a few weeks ago, I traded a really important item over to an NPC by accident on my Pokemon save file, and have had to restart it. So maybe within the next couple of weeks, we'll do Shiny Hunting again on the show.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Oh no!
Yeah, I traded my XP share, and I just I'm at the point in the game where I really need the XP share, and I feel like I'm dejected,
It happens,
obviously.
man.
But
Yeah.
yeah, we might bring out the Pokemon thing. Maybe you guys play wrestling games, and I'll sit and play Pokemon on a stream one day.
Oh, please.
Are we just gonna completely ignore each other while we do it?
No,
No,
Like,
I'll
you're-
sit here and ask you questions.
it'll be like
Okay.
like at a sleepover when there's only 2 controllers, and you have to kind of occupy yourself until your turn comes.
Okay, all right, I see how it is.
Yeah.
I like that.
Honestly, it sounds innovative. I mean, we've had game streaming for 10 years now. Now we can just have 2 games on a stream.
And then 3.
That's
Absolutely.
that's the next big
yeah.
thing. Like Brock Lesnar was 20 years ago.
Death to the Fed. Check out Death to the Fed.
Yeah, later this week it'll come up.
So
Oh yeah, they're going to do a recap. They did a preview of WrestleMania. Later this week, they're going to record their
recap.
thoughts on WrestleMania.
and both of those episodes will be free. Both of those episodes will be free.
I did not watch any of it.
Yeah,
I saw 0, so I have no idea what happened.
I don't think
was
you're
out.
any worse off for it.
Really?
No.
That good, huh?
I got the Brian Allen recap Saturday night, so
It broke his phone.
I'm a little aware. Yeah,
I was really livid. That is. I was tweeting in every group chat. I was like, I didn't even remember which ones I touched on, but yeah, I was feeling good.
so I see that we don't have announcements in front of us as far as further tour dates. I'm just going to go ahead and say this really quick because we are kind of on a time crunch this week. All of the events and tickets for them can be found at ovwrestling.com. That is updated regularly and often. If you are traveling or you're ever wondering if OVW is in your part of the state traveling to you, ovwrestling.com is the best place to find tickets for it. In fact, the only place to find tickets for it.
They've
And
got 2 shows this Thursday.
we're at.
One is at Hot Point Davis Arena,
Okay.
and the other's the Waterfront.
Oh, wow. Good for them. That's
Double
tough.
duty.
That's tough. When you got to split the roster like that. But there's
Yeah.
so much going on in OVW that I don't think they're going to have a hard time pulling off magnificent shows at both shows.
Not at all.
A lot of
But
chances to shine.
like I said, ovwrestling.com. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
Hey, folks. It's me, Brian Hines. With Jack Minogues and Brian Allen. And,
Patreon.com OVW podcast.
And now back to our regularly scheduled programming.
All right. So
That was awkward, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
well, you know what? I've had steaks marinating for 24 hours. Okay, I got other things on my mind.
No, we
real
got to get
good.
him out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to most of the time when I'm like, oh no, we have an hour, guys. It's fine. Brian Hines, take us away. These are two of our favorite people on the entire roster, Maximo Suave and Hoda Peso.
And I hate
Starting
to see
off,
brothers fight, man.
I do
You hate
too.
it. You hate it.
Yeah,
But they kicked off Double Cross 2026 this past week.
kicked it off hot. I don't think I've ever seen Hoda Peso that fired up.
Nah.
Understandably so. I mean, things haven't been well between them for the last little bit, but I was surprised to see that level of determination on his part take him over the edge and get him disqualified. I mean, it was a quick match. There wasn't a whole heck of a lot to it, and he just got carried away, and then that was that.
And pronouns. Who got carried away?
Hoda.
Brian Allen, what were you thinking?
Yeah, pretty much the same, man. So you know, the theme of the show, double cross, and they started out with a double crossing that happened that got us to this point. What a better way to start the show? There's not one. But Yoda, I mean, Maximo just did not get a lot of offense in here because Peso came out, just all that pent up energy and anger. It as soon as that bell rung, it started before the bell rung.
Yeah, he didn't even get to the ring
Yeah,
yet.
we didn't even get to a bell ringing yet before this beat down kind of started.
That's been pretty consistent with their screen time over the last few weeks.
For sure, yeah. As soon as the eyes meet, it's on, man.
I love, I said it at the beginning of this conversation. I love these two guys, man.
Oh, yeah.
I love these two guys.
Suave Squad. What was the
The Swap Squad.
Swap Squad?
Swap
There you
Squad.
go.
It's a tough place to be in the show opener. And this show was chunky. This show had a lot going on. Had
Yeah, it
less
was.
matches than a most regular Thursday night shows, but not by many. And also the match quality was berserk. Like the match quality was turned all the way up. This one was the outlier, though, for me. I thought it was a little short. I think that there's still a lot of meat left on the bone. I think we're going to further go into stipulations.
The announcer said that this is, I think it was AJ or Josh won. Said this is far from over.
No,
for sure.
There's no way. There's no way. There's no Hines sense of finality to this.
Oh, no, not at all. The look on Hoda's face as he was scooting up the ramp, just the glee on his face and the gleam in his eye, knowing that he got one over on Hoda.
Right.
And you know that he's not going to stand for that.
A little insidious from Maximo.
Yeah, it was. It's a great way to put it. I like that. I need to start using that more. Insidious.
Insidious 2 coming to
Insidious,
theaters
yep.
soon.
There you go.
Yeah.
Those movies are great.
So
That was
pretty good,
Electric Boogaloo, right?
Yeah, sure.
Insidious 2, Electric Boogaloo.
with all of the, that's scary. With all that was going on last week, we didn't get to cover the Rise before this. So
It was a big one, too.
Yeah, and one thing I wanted to touch on here at this point was, Maximo's promo that he cut last week backstage, talking about how he doesn't like Manny Domingo. He likes Hoda Peso. He's going to beat the Manny Domingo out of Hoda.
Did he not have that opposite?
Let me check my notes. I'm pretty sure the way it was that he's going to beat the Manny Domingo. I was surprised too.
I don't like that as much because I've been ready for Hoda Peso to get beat out of Manny Domingo for like 2 years at this point. Like if we're being, he's so far separated from the J stuff that there's like no root.
I was
in it
just
anymore.
wondering about that as I was watching this.
My note from last week's notes that we didn't actually get to produce. Quote, backstage in a beautifully lit pre-recorded video, Maximo Suave says he wants his friend to be Hoda Peso, not Manny Domingo. So
I might have changed that around. If that was me, I don't know.
So I just find it's yeah. I just wanted your guys' thoughts on that as a.
I mean, I think we shared our thoughts, Brian
Yeah.
Hines. Brian Allen, what do you think?
Yeah. Which part?
On the
Yes.
Yes.
the changing of the Maximo to the or the Hoda to Manny or Manny to the Hoda. I mean, I've said this for a long time. It's just we are so far separated from the reason that happened, and it should have been like a month-long pop at most, and his entire
That it
character.
still
Yeah.
has changed to be this.
2 years later.
Yeah,
He's still sort of making fun of Jay De Niro.
as Jay has done nothing
Well,
but
that's-
move up the card.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. I'm getting some more lore because I've just known Yoda since I've kept up
Sure.
with things and not too much Manny character. So this is a learning.
They
experience for me.
they had
That's the
a-
thing. Nobody has said Manny Domingo in 8 months.
Yeah, I was
a
just
year
saying.
yeah,
longer.
I'm like,
At
wait
least.
a minute. I'm not. Yeah, it's a little foreign.
Since
to me.
the
Hold
Jay
on.
De Niro thing.
Maybe the last time someone said Manny Domingo anywhere closely associated with OVW, and I'm not saying that we are. We just host a podcast and that Wednesday night show. I think was in the studio when we interviewed Manny Domingo.
Man, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm taking notes here. Hold on a little bit. I got
And
I
Max,
do love that we've brought you in to be like the okay.
It is a
our
learning-
new kid.
but Maximo,
research, yeah.
Maximo, and his tall glass of milk were not calling him Hoda. They were
No.
calling him Manny. You know, like he's still Manny. That I don't know, man. I think that that just reads a little weird to me. But we're not out of the woods on it yet.
Well, that does kind of track from Maximo being a heel in that he wants his friend to be the fake version, not the real version. That sounds like heel behavior to me.
Fuck a fake friend, where my real friend's at. That's right, baby.
There you
Let's
go.
go. There's
I
big
know.
Zinc boys in
I
here.
know the Zinc
Let's go.
boys.
Let's go.
I'm with you, Hans, just so we're all clear.
I have no idea what you just said, little kid, but I believe
Fuck
you.
a fake friend, where my real friend's at.
No,
Big
the-
Zinc
the-
boys in here.
Yeah, that.
Oh, we just like zinc.
We do. It's a good.
So you guys
It's a
eager
good
for
supplement,
More,
yeah.
You guys eager for more of this from Maximo and Hota / Manny?
Oh, yeah.
Always,
Yes,
always.
There needs to be like some kind of stipulation match, like a dog collar match or a strap match or something. I don't know.
Scaffolding. Scaffolding.
You always want the scaffolding match.
I think it's time.
Admittedly-
It's always
Yeah.
time to bring it back.
I've been wanting a scaffolding match since the moment I realized it was a thing that you could do.
I would like to see that. Yeah.
I gotta show you that. I gotta show you that Vic Grimes New Jack scaffolding match. It might make you never want to see another scaffolding match.
Well, yeah, let's not ruin it before it happens.
Oh yeah, that might be a death to the Fed thing. It might be a death to the Fed thing. Get ready to hear us talk about death to the Fed a lot about this or on this podcast, and us never talk about
Never
this
come-
podcast
on the other
because we don't want to make people upset.
Yeah. you
Um,
don't do that.
I think we're past that.
One of us is
I've gotten some feedback. That's all I'm saying.
on death.
Wow.
Interesting.
Which part?
We'll have to.
We'll talk later.
Yeah,
We're gonna have a meeting. I'm gonna have the attorneys here. I've contracted with PJ. We'll talk about it.
We did say.
But let's
some-
move on
ready.
for
did
now,
say some
shall we?
wild
Boys are
stuff.
ready.
Did say some wild stuff.
Tag team action.
Please take us away. Please take us away.
So, oh man, our tag team champions, the troublemakers. I mean, got to work early on their opposition.
Sure did.
With
Yeah.
a returning Kid Colossus. You know, back from the injury. The back's feeling better, looking better. Versus or Kid Colossus was with Super Z, but you know Super Z didn't even get to the ring yet because the troublemakers got started backstage.
Made
man.
sure he didn't have time to
Jumped,
get to the
jumped
ring.
him early.
Quite the strategy, you know.
Dirty
you know.
pool. Dirty pool.
That was
shame,
it.
shame.
That was it. But you know, Colossus got in there, the bell rung, and we're handicapped there for a little bit. He did not back down or anything.
Nah, the first part of this match.
Yeah, I would say you think he could have just gone the whole way.
I feel like he's done it before.
There's not a better. If I gotta pick someone to do a handicap, have any sort of disadvantage, a numbers game. I mean, Kid Colossus counts as like 3 grown men, really.
Yeah,
So that's
definitely.
kind of how I see it. He'd be one of my picks.
He's definitely at least 3 of me.
Yeah, three. Yeah.
He's
for
at least
sure.
2 of me, and there's less of me all the time.
That's true.
Shoot, but to help before Super Z could get his strength back and everything was Dayami and PG-13.
Always flanking the Z-Force, I guess. Always
Yeah.
picking. They're a true team where they can pick up where the other ones are left off, unlike some of these other teams we see around here that are kind of in it for themselves.
It's good chemistry, man. So, what do y'all think of Dayami? Kind of, I mean, we've really been loving Dayami a lot lately. She's
Oh, yeah.
great.
She's
you
great.
got a top fan badge, right? On the
I
Facebook.
did. That's right.
That's high regard.
I got to get on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not on the internet,
Top
so
fans, man. Yeah. So, what do y'all? I guess before we think of this match, with I guess Dayami's involvement with this, you feel like she's kind of fit in good with her character, her presentation into this Z-Force.
I think it was wishy-washy for a second. I mean, she joined them, and then she came out without them with her own Titan, and now she seems to be back in them full force. Hines?
I found it interesting that while this was a handicap 2-on-1 match, whenever there was a window of opportunity, Dayami and PG-13 both interfered in the match, which is not necessarily superhero behavior. That was my biggest takeaway from this. I mean, do you want to help your friend? Sure, we all want to help our friends.
Yeah.
But in terms of like regular match rules, you don't always see that, and it just kind of was something I thought was noticeable. I mean, props to them for holding down the fort, and especially Kid Colossus while they were hopefully waiting for Super Z to emerge from backstage, which he eventually did. What did you think about that? Did you have any thoughts on the outside interference?
So my big thing with this is, do you guys know what the concept of a little sister is in Greek life, in fraternal organizations?
Nope.
I know I've heard this, but break it down for me.
It is
come back to
when a fraternity adopts a woman or a group of women into kind of, and we can get into why the social structure or gender-based structure of fraternities is all wrong, on a different day. And that's not even a Death to the Fed episode. That's a totally different podcast. But it's this kind of understanding where you are the next level under being accepted to, because you're a woman, you could never be on the same level as us.
I got you.
But you kind of in the world of being in the fraternity. Like maybe some of the secrets, you're around.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a team girl. Like I wasn't in fraternities or anything, but like we've all know the concept of like the one girl handful of girls who hangs out with your male friend group, the team girl, right?
Yep.
I think it's time for the troublemakers to get a team girl. I think it's time for the troublemakers to get a little sister.
Okay.
May I have a nomination?
It might be the same one I have. Who is it?
1, 2, 3. Carter Kaufman.
I was gonna say.
Damn, that's good.
I was gonna say they steal Janie Hartman.
Well, see, that would be a
that
whole
too.
plot point. I don't hate that either, but the one that is sort of a free agent who I think could fill that role with them and be an interesting character zig for her is Carter.
That would be a
She
big
does play the
change.
sports balls.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, and
so do
Heel turn
they.
would be real cool.
Yeah.
I don't dislike it because I think Carter's at a point where when she's not on television, it's diminishing to her. It's diminishing to everybody. But with the year that she's had so far, it's really, really impacting her trajectory for the rest of 2026 in OVW. But I don't know. JD a few weeks ago, when she was quartering for the Sin City Outlaws, kind of had this like moment of connection with the Sin City Outlaws that I thought was like, oh, maybe they could do something with this. Like maybe there's something long term here. And what an excuse to keep Janie on television, keep her exploring character roles and what she can do with different kinds of teams. Because like, let's face it, as much as we love the Sin City Outlaws, the Troublemakers are a much more established, well-oiled team. Right? Like there's only so much that you're going to be able to be around people at the same skill level as you and continue to grow, especially in professional wrestling. Well, just a thought.
Interesting.
Who took
So G comes back
yes.
after getting just voted on in that locker room. He came back though. That's what I like to see when you see.
Oh, hey.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I wanted to hit on the point I think Hans made that the interference in the match is not a super heroic thing to see happening. And I would like to take a moment and talk about my man Alan's favorite character in the form of the Shepherd of Sheep on Icon Lee, who had his helmet stolen by the Z-Force last week.
That is true.
You know, this is not the first time they're definitely tight-knit group, but are they a true blue babyface group?
They've been straddling the line a bit with behaviors you all both mentioned. So that's a great. I'm actually glad you brought that up too, because that is something to look at. And I don't know, maybe Super Z used that helmet for some powers, some healing powers. I don't know what powers that helmet has. I think it has something though. Maybe it's healing because Z came back and helped him.
There's a
Get
couple
these
of
titles back.
There was a couple of coupons to like the Sizzler or something in there.
Yeah.
Those are one of the magic powers.
No, you know what the coupons are for. It's for that product he promotes that we're not going to say the name of because they don't pay us.
There's a can right there.
There
There's a
is,
can of
but,
it right
but
there.
we're not going to say what it is.
So are you guys proposing like a super side squad?
You know what?
Wow, that
was
that went a little
Certainly.
man.
I mean, they're a group of villains instead of a group of.
Well, they're anti-heroes.
Yeah,
work.
at this point, I don't feel like they're true blue superheroes. It's more of a gray area kind of thing.
Yeah, they're kind of like the street level heroes that sometimes you just gotta
Yeah. No, I like that.
mix with that gray area, like Daredevil,
Jessica
Jones,
Jones.
Power Man.
Punisher. Well, Punisher kind of the extreme side of that, but but you know, there's a line you gotta straddle sometimes, even as a hero.
Is there any more misunderstood comic book character than the Punisher? I don't think so.
He's just a complex.
And the
character.
places you find
so
people
either.
who lionize him, like
Yeah,
when
that's a good point.
every police car I see with a picture, like you do not understand that character,
You
officer.
see that
Yeah.
Punisher logo tattoo? They got it, on the vehicle or something. You're like, you know what?
Yeah, the character that spent most of the last 50 years murdering police officers.
I didn't quite want to just come right out and say that, but yes,
It's all been published.
Oh,
It's
I
not
know.
something.
I've read I'm a big nerd. I have read the books.
That's not something that I just came up with.
No.
He murders police officers.
Shit, man,
I'm gonna get the Punisher tattoo.
new tag champs.
Thank you.
See?
Super Z
Alan, you
and
you
Kid
are
Colossus.
so
With this new direction of
Yes.
straddling that line. Yeah.
yes. So what do I had a thing to ask, and
You good?
you know what
Yeah.
I want to see?
What's that?
I want to see Donovan Cecil and TW3 reunite to take these guys on.
Oh wow,
Because they put Super Z on Kid Colossus's shoulders at the end of that match, and I thought, no, that is supposed to be Donovan Cecil and TW3 doing that move.
other than that, they are very disparate from each other right now. They are in two separate places right now.
That's
Right.
true, but how long does it take? In a New York minute, like some band said in the '80s.
It is wrestling. No, I mean, I would love to see, because I mean, people get hot for a Tusk and Chains reunion, man.
Oh yeah.
People get real hot for that. But
Yeah.
right
It
now,
took us 2 months to figure out what they were going to call it.
I actually really kind of want like Boss Squad, TW3 Boss Squad. Like that's kind of what
It's Icon tries. Man.
that's kind of what I would have liked to see. I don't think
So you wanted Icon's recruiting of TW3 to succeed? Is that,
Someone's gonna join.
I don't think that.
yeah, we get more of it tonight.
TW wasn't the right first guy, but he could have easily been the right like third guy. But I think that there would have been a lot of meat on the bone for that.
Well, he may come around yet.
Oh yeah, it's wrestling. It changes every day. Changes every day.
That's it.
Brian Hines.
Yeah.
What's our next match like?
Our next match is OVW Rush Division Champion Brendan Balling versus Tommy Boy De Niro. It's a non-title, right?
Yes.
Yes, it was a non-title match. Wow.
I think that these are two boys that everyone in the audience has been waiting to get their hands on each other, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Brian Allen.
Yeah. It's something that really stood out to me just right off the bat. I guess it was Tommy Boy's strategy, where both these guys just dummy athletic, right?
Oh yeah.
And Brendan, he started out. He wanted to get to those top ropes, and Tommy just wasn't letting him. He's like, I know your game because I am the game when it comes to this. Go to the top rope, be athletic.
Yeah.
Use that skill you have to your advantage.
Without a doubt, these are the two people on the opposite moral alliance of the locker room who have the closest skill set.
Yeah, that's it. And so Tommy at first he was like, let me get ahead of this, and he was on him a lot, and he made him stay on the mat. And I thought that was really cool. He never let him get on ropes to do his aerial stuff, at least initially early on. And that was a sound strategy, man.
Why? And say it with me. Heels make sure baby faces don't do cool stuff.
There you go. That's
Shown
it.
again. Shown again and again and again.
It is, man.
I love.
I got caught up in the.
Oh no.
This voice can go, man.
I love Larkin.
Yeah.
Here,
Doing her part.
they've made such, and we saw her again later in the night.
Mm-hmm.
She's done so well with the Evans family. No more so Brian Hines than when she is one-on-one solo managing, managerial service for Tommy Boy, her boy, her boyfriend, her boo thing. Yeah, that's right. Hines, what were some of your takeaways from this match? Because golly, these boys burned it down.
Yes, they did.
They really did. I mean, as far as like fast-paced back and forth, this was the match of the night. And as far as that goes, that bridge that Brendan Balling, the kind of strength that he had in this match, you just don't always see that the way you used to. So in my opinion, that's a very old school kind of thing. Although you still see him, but not often. But just the intensity of this guy is just more impressive every time you see him. And I think Tommy Boy was a perfect opponent for him in this match. I mean, it was just so good.
I think that and I love Tommy Boy, but Brandon Balling right now, and I don't want to doom him to anything, but has a young AJ Styles energy with him. A TNA era AJ Styles energy to him. I think that Tommy Boy also has a big TNA Rush or X Division thing happening for him. I think that this is when you say old school, it's funny how much the definition of old school can change, much like the definition of classic rock has changed several times within all of our lifetimes.
Yeah.
But when I see this as an old school match, I see this as old school prime era X Division TNA, and I want to see more of it. I love these two together. I think they have chemistry through the roof. I think that everyone has been waiting to see them lock it up, and I don't want to see it every week necessarily.
No, it won't be special then.
But by the time we get back around to the right moment, I think that we'll all be primed and ready for either another banger match between these two or a long-standing feud between these two guys.
Yeah.
The flip off of the rope and then getting caught and then the DDT.
That was crazy.
Oh, that was
it was stupid. That was so stupid.
That was the highlight of the match for me.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you bring up something. I'm glad you brought that up about AJ Styles because I hadn't really thought of that. But it tracks in my head because right now, at the beginning of AJ Styles' career, he looked like a troubled youth, just like Tommy Boy De Niro does. I wonder if Tommy Boy De Niro will grow his hair out long later, and then he'll look like the mother of a troubled youth later on in his career.
I think he's going straight for that, Pops. Going straight for that ponytail.
That'd be a good look.
Yeah, all right.
Be a good one. I wish I could do that sometimes. My hair it stops getting long. It just starts growing up.
See, that's the thing. You have to grow it up, and then it grows down.
It's too heavy for that.
It's not heavy enough.
Mine's too heavy for that.
It starts to get heavy.
Just gets so bushy.
After it gets so high up, it gets heavy, and then it can't support its own weight, and then it starts to grow down.
I'm just gonna go get a haircut. It's time for a haircut.
Fine, suit yourself.
Up next is a Brian Allen trios tag match. The first team, Eric Surge.
They did call it a 6-man tag.
That's not what it's called.
Yeah,
Take it up with Noscott, Eric Cornish.
Not what it's
Without
called.
interrupting, Brendan Balling wins.
Thank you. Yes. Sorry.
Before we get too further along
We
into anything.
we're putting the cart before
So
the horse.
congrats to you.
Yeah, Brandon
Yes,
Balling
congrats.
wins. Trios, that's what it's called. Eric Surge, Jay De Niro, and Cal Hero versus the trifecta with Ashton Adonis, Jake Lawless, and Jake Painter. I really, really enjoyed this match. One of my big takeaways from this match is I want a Cal Hero Jake Painter singles, like long term singles, week to week type of thing. I think Jake Painter's ready for it. I think Cal Hero is in a position to be the perfect guy to take him to the next spot in the title picture or on the card. Have you? You also see Eric Surge, probably the most successful wrestler of 2025, and Jay De Niro, perennial favorite. Kind of, as this match went on, and definitely at the end of the match, we finally saw the thing that we had been talking about for weeks and weeks, if not months at this point, which is this finally seems it, right? With the trifecta,
Yeah.
right?
It does.
It definitely seems like
hope
it. At
so.
least that's how I watched this match.
Yeah.
It wasn't 3-on-3.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of mathematics, you have 3 on this side of the equation, and you have 3 on this side of the equation. But on the trifecta side, it wasn't like a solid 3. It was like 1 plus 2.
Yeah,
Which
that's
still
it.
equals 3 in terms of numbers, but these two things were not part of the same thing.
Math was there, chemistry wasn't.
Yeah, so it was for me. It was like Ashton, Adonis, and the two Jakes,
Yeah.
which were working against him, at least either passively or actively.
Brian Allen, what if you could describe what you think the big hang-up has been in the dissolution of the trifecta, what would you say it is?
That's a good question. That's a real good question. Because you think it's there, always give Ashton his props for
Always.
the patience he's displayed with the trifecta, and especially how things have ramped up, especially as soon as Jake got in the mix, how things really started rippling more than they ever had before. And he still did his thing, even when he lost his title, even though he didn't even wrestle. He wasn't even in the building when his title got lost. He still stuck around and wanted to make this trifecta thing work. But, like we kind of said, it feels like after this, the next PLE, it has to be I think that's it. I think that's the plateau. If it's gonna, I don't know if it's be in the form of a handicap. I don't know if he'll just take on Jake, because him and Jake right now, they're really. I mean, they're ready to kill one another. So
That's kind of a question.
This is it.
To clarify,
This is
you're talking
And
about
I'm
Jake
so sorry,
Painter,
Painter.
right? Okay,
Yes. I do need to clarify that. Thank you.
'Cause there are
Jakes.
two.
There are two.
So that answers my question. Is what's the feud after the dissolution of the trifecta? Which one of the Jakes is it with? You think it's Painter?
Oh, Painter, yeah. The
Yeah.
real ruffling started when Painter got in. Painter wanted to take his spot. It seemed real obvious at first, and now it's just,
Yeah, it's like Lawless is kind of caught in the middle on this. I
You
feel
don't-
like
you
it's
don't think
definitely.
That's how you read it?
Yeah, that's how I read it.
You don't think this will end up being a 2-on-1 match? Because that's what I think it'll end up
So
being.
it'll be Ashton Adonis versus the Jakeoffs.
Yeah.
Jake does seem to be the voice of reason a bit in a lot of these. A lot of their I said Jake, just Jake again. I got
Jake
Lawless.
Jake Lawless.
Seems to be the voice of reason here. Between when those two
He
really
is-
start going at it.
By far the most experienced and has had the most to gain and lose by the trifecta's joint. And he was not even, let's remind ourselves, not an original trifecta member.
Yeah.
No.
You're right. Yep.
So it is
He was the
ironic
replacement.
that
Trifecta
he
lord.
is trying to do the most to keep them together. I think that there's a part of me that believes that the reason he does that is because he knows that this thing has been his gravy train for the last little bit, his meal ticket for the last little bit.
Yummy. Yeah.
Hines, do you stand with our esteemed co-host and colleague Brian Allen when we say that the first feud should be Jake Painter and Ashton Adonis?
Oh, hell yeah. Easy. And maybe have Jake Lawless as the referee.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
How about that?
There you go.
How about
Okay.
that?
There you
All
go.
right.
That adds, ooh.
Make him choose.
that.
Yeah.
Make him choose. Okay.
And get
Call
him in a
it down the
very-
middle.
And get him in a very tight referee shirt. Don't forget.
Oh,
yeah.
two sizes
Yeah.
too small.
Please.
Nip City, baby.
Please.
Woo!
Yeah.
Just go ahead and cut the nips out. Just show me the nips. Just show me
You know
the
what?
nips.
I mean, yeah.
I threatened to do that to somebody once. Cut the nips out of all their shirts.
That'd be brutal. They did that on Mean Girls. Love that movie. Our team of Eric Surge, Jay De Niro, and Cal Hero take the victory. A lot of bickering after the bell is rung.
Yeah.
About the future of the trifecta. So we'll explore that, I'm sure, in the coming weeks. Our OVW heavyweight title match between, at this point, months-long champion. What are we running up on? 6 months?
Is it really?
No.
Oh,
Who
don't
was
know.
the heavyweight champion at Christmas Chaos?
I can't remember what I
Is
did
that-
yesterday.
it was
Dustin was already, yeah.
Yep.
Because that was
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 the-
after Cal talked himself out of
It
it.
was in the cage, right?
All of it was in the cage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dustin escaped and then retained the title. Yep.
Yeah, so I think we're running up on 6 months of the Dustin Jackson experiment. And without a doubt, his biggest legitimate challenger to date, and I'm not making a 169 joke, Steven Steele. All of the momentum in the world for Steven Steele. Everybody wants it. Everybody can taste it, baby doll. Everybody's saying Steven Steele should walk away new heavyweight champion, right? I think a lot of the audience, maybe not everybody. Dustin's got his supporters, as he should.
Yes, he should. Yeah.
But I think a lot of the audience was really hoping for Steven Steele to like he's done time and time again,
Yeah.
find a way to pull this one out.
They were. The pops for
Yeah,
Steven Steele were amazing.
Yep. And you were there. I was going to ask about the energy, especially for this match, because it felt like, yeah, the energy for Steven was just, it had to be
Huge.
crazy.
As a matter of fact, I come bearing gifts, baby doll.
No way. No way.
Okay.
This is the shirt he ripped off in the ring.
Oh, how'd you get hold of that?
Signed by Steven Steele himself.
It's been a while,
With
Heinz.
pictures.
It's been a while,
Man.
Heinz, since you've worked your magic.
I had some help. Thank you very
That's a
much to
great
Melissa.
grab. Oh, man.
I couldn't fit in this. He's
Show it to
definitely
camera.
only, he's definitely only
Yeah, definitely
169
show it
pounds.
to
I
the
couldn't
camera.
fit into this.
But we have to put it up somewhere.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
At least for a little bit.
No, that could honestly.
Forever.
That's enough of an artifact that can enter into the heavy rotation collection.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is great.
All
This
right.
is great.
But yes, thank you very much. I've been waiting all week to just drop that in the middle of this. But
You
I
and
really
your
haven't seen
secrets.
this.
You and your secrets.
I've been too busy to even think about it. Really, I
is a nice
literally
t-shirt.
didn't think about it until today when I walked out the door. And it's like, oh man, that's right. I have that.
He
I
sell
need to bring
these.
that in.
He sell these too. This is a nice T-shirt.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
thick as hell.
I want one.
Screen printing's really nice
There
on
you
it.
go. It is. Who whipped that up, huh?
You know, one of his guys, one of his boys, one of his baby dolls.
So, can we talk about something that's been sort of weighing on my mind?
Please.
Okay.
Now's as good of a time as any.
Steven Steele. I love him. You guys all love him.
Hell yeah, we do.
Have to.
It may even 2026 may even be the year of Steel.
It's the
We've
year of
not
the baby doll.
We've not really named 2026 the year of anything in particular.
We haven't
Steven,
yet.
Steven
That's a good
Steele
point.
is laying down that cologne on these shirts. I tell you guys what. Golly.
You could not keep it in your lap.
No.
But I worry about, because when I see him, I draw connections to an older professional wrestler, and I'm pretty sure it's intentional. But I noticed that he seems to be Dusty Rhodes.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously. And I worry because, and you guys are the wrestling fans more than me, but my understanding is Dusty, while always being over with the fans, rarely actually won the championships.
You're getting fed pilled, baby. That's fed pill.
Okay, then disabuse me of my false notion, please.
One of the greatest moments in the history of wrestling, period, Starrcade 1985 when he beat Ric Flair after being out for months. This is, of course, the feud that led to the Hard Times promo. This is a moment that is ingrained in wrestling history as one of the greatest moments, and some people don't even understand that these moments are connected. The feud, the promo, the program, the match, these are all one thing, in my opinion.
I didn't mean to imply he never won the championship. I'm just saying he did not have as much success as maybe he himself would have wanted.
For a man that was booking it a lot of the time, it's amazing how little success he had. Okay? Like, to be fair.
That's a good point.
To be fair. No, there is a lot to be said about a person who was great at chasing. There's a lot to be said about that. But, like, to say that, like, Dusty's chases weren't ever in favor of the bigger moment or the long-term story is that's the way the Fed tells it. That's the way the Fed tells it. That's the way they've had to tell it to make the Cody thing make sense in their kind of consistent editing of wrestling history.
Because otherwise, Cody didn't need to finish anybody's story.
Right.
Yeah.
Dusty finished the story at Starrcade in the 80s, is what you're telling me.
Well, no, he didn't win the WWF championship. That was the story, is the WWF championship. But his term is, I mean, at the time that Starrcade happened, I would say that the NWA championship was far more the prestigious prize than the WWF championship was. Far more.
Well, sure, WWF hadn't quite completed its consolidation by that point.
Yeah, and I mean, who you got? Buddy Rogers? Like, that's the best champion you've ever had. Bruno Sammartino, like, two dudes who, like, suck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they might have had these, like, amazing champions as far as ticket sales or whatever. And Buddy Rogers was, like, what I've read, been led to believe was, like, a fine worker, but the issue with him was, like, he was always the beginning of the WWF style. Buddy Rogers broke from the NWA, guys like Luthez, you know, kind of hard, legitimate shooters, to do a more flamboyant kind of less sporty style. That was Buddy Rogers that introduced that into the WWF.
So that's where sports entertainment comes from.
Sports entertainment has probably been in the WWF since it was the WWF. And I mean, definitely by the time you get around to Bruno, who can't really wrestle a lick, but is charismatic and means a lot to the people, then you go looking for the new Bruno, and you, again, during Reaganomics, the rise of the American ego, you find Hulk Hogan. You know, like, trust me, there's a good miniseries there, okay? There's a really good miniseries there. But I think Dusty's different. I do think that Dusty is probably the most WWF NWA champion, though. Like, for what it's worth. Like, I do think, like, the character and the promo and all of that stuff signals very WWF, but Dusty also had goods. Dusty had goods in a way that, like, Hulk Hogan never did. Like, and had 10 years plus experience on him by the time he was the highest champion in the land. So I don't know. I think it's two different things. I think it's just two different things.
But do you see the Dusty Road analogy with?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And it's there, obviously. It's there intentionally.
So you're thinking that just because he is similar to Dusty Rhodes, he is not going to be as successful in terms of carrying the gold, because he started this off with the Rush Division title.
I mean, you're absolutely right. Like I say, I'm not really the wrestling fan here. I just have noticed this comparison, and we've never really talked about it, and I just wanted to sound this out a little bit.
Or you're just wondering if he's on that trajectory.
Yeah, I just wonder.
The Fed pilled assumption. Of Dusty.
And it's good to disabuse from some of that from time to time. So I'm just kind of. I really have enjoyed Steven's run, and I wish him all the best in the future. And I guess Dusty had some hard times. You know, he'll tell you about them. But I guess he did have between the bookings and everything, and you know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, for Dusty to come and win at Starrcade 85, he had to get beat up in 84. I mean, like, it's all connected in a way that...
That's how it works.
It's all connected in a way, too, that, like... And I'm not saying this about OVW. I'm saying this about wrestling in general. They don't trust their audience to remember things and react to things and feel things.
That's very fair.
Like they just don't. Like a lot of mainstream wrestling doesn't, and that's why Dusty's so special and so cool. Is that people were there with him for every moment of the journey, in a way that you can't take 6 months off from television now and reignite your career the way that you could in the 80s. You can't. You won't. Your spot will not be there.
Too much going on.
Unless you are John Cena, The Rock,
The top of the
Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
I don't even think Cody could get away with taking 6 months off right now. I really don't.
Ooh.
That's the Fed conversation, though.
Right.
Free for now on Patreon, OVW Patreon. Who here had bought that we were going to have a new champion this evening? Because I will at least take a table for one on that one.
That would be a table for two.
My friend, he just walked in. Go ahead and pull up another chair.
I was on the record for DJ retaining.
Okay, well,
So-
and he has a bar seat, so
So it did just feel like it could be that time, but and take that conversation we just had too going on about Dusty when Steven did eventually take the loss there, and this also goes to your point of how OVW's kind of angled it too when he lost, the emphasis on the camera angle with Dustin in the background just doing his heel celebration, talking trash to the announcers.
yeah.
And Steven was really I'll say, selling the not even it was very emotional for him. He was doing a great job of displaying that emotion, but also AJ, in the midst of Dustin talking trash to me, he was like, Steven probably just feels right now that could have been his only chance for a long while or whatever. Championship opportunities don't just come along
No, they
like
certainly
that.
don't.
So that was a really good touch at the end there that kind of puts all these conversations we just had together. That crowd is so behind Steven, and he's in that echelon of talent that could be like, people remember that.
Right.
If people
right.
would remember, his journey here, came onto the scene, Rush Division title, had a great run with that at the 169 weight, and just came into this main event scene, is belonged there, and even though he didn't get it now, could be down the road, he gets that next shot. I don't know yet. We'll see. But that was a damn good match, man. Damn good presentation, story, all of it. Full package deal.
You've also just got to hand it to Dustin Jackson. He's at a point where even when he wins, he looks like he got his ass kicked. And he looks like he is within, if counts were 4 seconds long, Dustin Jackson should lose, right? He's so good at putting over the person, even when they are the one losing the match, making them look like he is truly exhausted, truly at his limit, and that they're the ones that have pushed him there. That's been a real big skill set of Dustin during this title reign, considering he didn't beat Cal to take the title.
Yeah.
He stole it. He stole it.
Yeah, he did.
I got to give it up to these two guys, though. I thought that this was a heck of a match, and I thought it was a really, really tough place to set this match on the card as well. Brian Hines, our women's match. It was in the chat. I'm not even going to beat a dead horse with it, but the chat was like, oh, they don't show women's matches.
Oh, neat. Okay.
And
Wait,
then
really?
Oh yes,
They-
yes. Oh for sure. And
They
then
didn't like that. There was something the chat room didn't meet their approval.
but then Leela and
seems so weird for
Shalance
the
went and
internet.
tore it the F down. So I don't see what the issue was. Brian Hines.
Before we get to that,
Please.
for the record, everybody at Davis Arena thought for sure Steven had it, and everybody's heart was broken when he didn't.
Well, the near
Everybody
pinfalls were
was
crazy.
pulling for him.
I got to the
Everybody.
point I had no clue which way this thing was going.
No,
there. I was
no, I didn't either. But I mean, we saw how it played out. But I'm just and the titty twisters. I mean,
tough.
you can't just not.
I actually
mention
don't
that.
have that much sympathy for Steven on that one. He's been working on titty twisters for a while. He's
All
been
right, he's got a couple coming.
yeah,
I
he's got
guess.
he's had the titty twisters coming for a little bit, man.
But outside of that, everybody was pulling for Steven Steele, and unfortunately, it didn't go his way. But it's going to be so much better when it does finally go his way. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Now on to our next match.
Thank you for that insight.
OVW Women's Champion Shalance Royale with PJ Jones versus Leela Feist, accompanied by Lawson,
Lawson.
Yeah,
just referred to as Lawson.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably better. JJ is it's Kitty.
That's not feist maxing.
Yeah, it's not Feist Max.
Okay, I don't know what you said, but
When you Feist Max.
To be fair, I don't either, Brian. But they
Okay.
said that before, and I just remember vocabulary
Jester
words.
maxing. It's just
Yeah,
underneath.
it's Jester Mogging,
Okay.
Looks Maxing.
Yep.
all pops and buzzes over here on this side. No idea.
So tell us about this wrestling match, Mr. Hines.
It was good to see the Shalance that we've wanted to see. I mean, she had her makeup,
Return to form.
returned to form, exactly. Just like old times, PJ Jones with her. This is what I paid to see. This is what I expect to see when I see Shalance.
Can I tell you what it
love that.
reminded me of? Any of you guys ever played Metroid?
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
A big trope in the Metroid games is that Samus starts out with all this cool equipment, and often she loses most of it, and then she has to go through the game to reassemble like her armor and her weapons and all of her special abilities. And I feel like Shalance has done that over the last month. She got kind of stripped down to bare bones and had to reassemble everything, and then put somebody in her clothes and wig, which was hilarious. And so, yeah, I think she's now returned and she's ready to take on the mother brain here in the form of Layla Feist.
I like
Interesting
that.
analogy.
Metroid.
I
You
like
got me
it.
wanting to hop back on, man. Let's get that GameCube out now.
Yeah, I'm
Man,
down. I think that this was the match of the night.
Ooh, I like that.
I think this was the match of the night. I think it had.
I need a drop for match of the night.
I think it
Would
had.
you guys make that declaration?
I think that there was a. I think that this was the most fun I'd seen these two women share when they're sharing a ring together. Thought it was the most explosive match that they've had together. Thought it was the best match since Shalance's came back. Thought there was a lot of reasons to love this match. Brian Allen.
Yeah.
What's one of the reasons to love this match?
Well, to take what you said, I think take both those things and see both sides of the spectrum. Shalance and Leela. How far they've come, not just, Shalance when she got back onto the scene with OVW. And you said was she coming back from injury? Or she was just out for a bit?
Yeah, she's
coming back from injury. And then Leela, you see when, as a singles act with what kind of singles with, her and Ashton and what they were doing not too long ago.
really not that long ago.
Yeah.
No.
To now they have a match that had such good build up, such good story there, and then of course such good wrestling in it that you get stuff like that. We called it match of the night.
Yeah, I think it was. I thought this brought it.
Yeah, it did because well, first I can't get that image out of my head what they did to my boy JJ the week before Rise. I gotta get that out the way first. Yeah, they got him in the wig and everything, and I was like, what do you like to say a lot? What did they do to my boy?
What have they done to my boy?
Done to my boy. Yeah. So, and they even talked about that early. Leela was like, look, you can't let that. You can't get caught up like that. Like, don't do that again. You got to help me. You gotta feist Max. Like, come on.
You gotta feist Max.
What are we doing? And she didn't get the most.
We're trying to
help here,
feist Mog the entire women's
Feist
division
Mog.
right now, and to do that, you have to feist Max JJ, and you just clearly are not feist maxing right now.
Shalance, PJ, they messed with the Phantom, and then Leela messed with her makeup. There's just a lot of layers and levels here a lot of lines that were crossed, and it came to this conclusion, just a very violent, impactful, forceful match.
Violent, messy.
Yeah, messy. That's the word I'm looking
But
for.
not in a way that like these.
sloppy and
you're right that
everything.
they're not
Yeah.
working together, that they don't have trust with each other, but like. It's kind of like got the real fight thing going on.
There you go.
It feels less choreographed, even though we were in a choreographed sport. Like there's an insane amount of trust and just kind of big fight, real fight action with this, Brian Hines. But how did you feel about this match?
I'm really wondering what, because outside of the match itself. I wonder what is going on with the tension that is building between Leela Feist and Lawson.
Yeah.
And we, of course, see a massive amount of tension added to their relationship at the end of this match when JJ basically makes the mistake that allows Leela to take the pin.
Yeah.
Shalance to gain the victory. There's, of course, the quick little back and forth as the segment ends between the two of them. But as opposed to a few weeks ago, seems like we only have one Feist Phantom.
Yeah,
What can
yeah,
Leela
Lawson's-
do?
yeah,
Where
nothing,
can JJ go? Where Lawson? Where can Lawson go? When he seems to be riding solo as the only person in Leela's team right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, are the rest of them out? Like, do they
We had
rotate? How
three,
does this
and then
work?
Now we're down to.
She's not making women's champion money anymore, so she can't afford that.
Ah,
money.
you know what?
I see.
That
That
could be
makes
it.
sense. I mean, this was like, the perfect, the equally matched, competition
Yeah, this was
between the
great.
two. Shalance
Really
looked
good.
fierce. I
She
mean,
looked great.
was she studying MMA while she was
Maybe.
out? Because I mean, getting Leela in the choke and then like just having all of the leverage in the world.
Yeah, the mat game right in the middle of the match where
Yeah.
they're kind of tit for tatting each other. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really good stuff.
It was.
Really good stuff. Kind of already covered it. Leela Feist loses. JJ Lawson is the reason for that.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens in the future with the Feist Phantoms, Lawson, and their relationship to Leela. As for now, everything is bright and wonderful over in Royale Land. Shalance and her best friend PJ retreat to the back. Shalance is still our women's champion. Final match of the evening, biggest match of the night, biggest title of the night. It's our U.S. champion Tony Evans versus someone I would not have believed at the beginning of this year.
Right?
Star Rider.
Just out of nowhere.
Star Rider brought the juice, man. He really,
He did.
he knew he had to. Here. This was do I have this right? Wrong. This is tables, right?
No.
No, there just was a table.
There
it
was
was
a
not.
table.
There was no
I'm-
stipulated.
There was a-
I'm misremembering, and I apologize.
No, you're
No, that was
There was tables involved.
there were no stipulations. It is a regular, you use a weapon, you are disqualified kind of thing.
Yeah, Tony just set that table up early in the match, and then like Chekhov's gun, we got to it at the end. So
Now, we saw Star without the mask on, right?
we saw the back
From
of his
the
head.
back
Right.
of his, back
Yeah.
of his head.
But Doctor,
Wait,
Dr. Curtis was looking him over at one point backstage.
there's an old one. We just go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and give it to me. Just go ahead and give it to us. Take Star Rider's mask off. Take Star Rider's mask off. I think it's time. I think it's time.
Well, that's how he's going to get the rematch, right?
It's,
You don't know you arrest. I don't know you rematch. Hush.
don't give him the rematch. If you're gonna take his mask off and he loses,
Oh yeah,
that would be a misuse. That would truly be a
that
misuse.
would. I guess that would take everything from him all
Yeah.
at once. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think you're probably right about that. Now that you, that's why you host and I sit back here. And
But
blab.
now, if he takes the masks off and he wins, we're in a totally different OVW
Oh,
that would give us so much to talk about. Not that we don't already, but like in terms of impossibilities becoming true, Star Rider being the title holder for the largest title, biggest title in the hierarchy of the company, something that wouldn't have happened. You could not have convinced me would have happened, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think it's time. Star has done great. He's really risen to the occasion. This match was no exception to that.
Right.
But like something's got to give. Something's got to change. And I think we're there. I think we're ready. Malachi, get back behind the effing computer before I come over there. Something.
I don't understand. He seems to be odd about something.
Something's got to give.
Yeah, I don't understand, but
He's been so quiet this whole episode.
yeah,
64th minute. He's like, now I have to get involved.
Yeah, and we gotta go home, Malachi. So get back behind the little computer, play your fancy Switch, and we'll be okay. Brian Allen, the intensity from Star Rider,
Yeah.
the interruption of the Evans family. Where, if anywhere, do we go from here?
I like what you said. Something's got to give, right? Now would be, if they want to, keep this going, which it seems like that's what we're aiming towards, especially since this ended in a no contest. No contest. There's always context, just right in front of us.
Always.
Sometimes
Sometimes actually, sometimes there's actually not any context.
That is a good point.
They wrestle
scratch
for
that
5
from the record.
minutes. We go to black. We cut back. They're in a white room, and Tony Evans pours tomato sauce over Star Rider. We cut to black. That's a no context.
That is
ending.
no true.
Who booked that shit? Harmony Korine?
David Lynch.
I want to beat you to it. I knew where you were going. I knew where I was going to go with it too.
Yeah.
So.
Ryder had to match the energy that was brewing towards this thing. He had to match that energy or respond to the energy that was put out there on the rise before this. When he got busted open, he got demasked. It was Tony is heel and dastardly and insidious as we've seen him. And so he had to bring it, man. And he was getting checked out, before this match even happened. He wasn't even cleared yet. And he still, showed up to the arena, was ready to put on a show. He put out a tweet right before this. He said, "It's the biggest match of my career tonight." And I was like, you know what? That's you. You're right.
You're right.
You damn right. And that's really cool. And definitely wish you the best luck. I know you're gonna kill it, and he sure did. Even with the Evans family doing the usual stuff, Tony's got his help out there. Star was swerving it, man.
Oh, he had
an
scouted.
answer for it. He had
Had
it
it
scouted,
scouted.
man. He had a response for it every single time, and it was actually really cool to see because he was getting real slippery out there to avoid the help Tony had. Ultimately, he didn't get the pin fall or wasn't able to snatch that title yet. But I'm ready to keep seeing where this thing goes. I don't quite know where it's going to go yet, but I know it's going to keep going. This is a good product.
I'm not sure exactly where it's going to go between these two gentlemen, if anywhere, but like Star Rider made himself dividends by this going through this program with the intensity that he has. Mm-hmm. Even if this is the end of the Star Rider Tony Evans thing, which only time will tell, Star Rider has jumped up 3 spaces on the card.
Yeah, he has.
He's jumped in terms of just divisions that he was qualified from a kayfabe perspective of being in. Mm-hmm. He's jumped to the top division.
Yeah.
And deservedly so. Mm-hmm. Hines, any big takeaways from this match?
Just to piggyback off of what you said, the level of intensity that we see from Star Rider here it was absolutely necessary, especially after what we saw him go through last week. In addition to that, as far as him jumping ahead 3 spaces, I feel like going all the way back to the cinematic match last year with Super Z, he has really, really elevated his game to get to this point.
It might have been the start of the elevation.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is in my head.
Yeah.
And then we had what we got of the best of 7 series with Shotgun Tony Gunn. Those were exceptional matches all the way around. This felt like that level of intensity from Star Rider.
This feels like I could have beat anybody.
Yeah.
And I can beat anybody.
Yeah.
And moving forward, expect me to beat anybody.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Because Star just hasn't, in the time of covering this podcast, has not been in that position. And top of the card in OVW with a mask on, it's kind of why I think I'm so hung up on the taking the mask off thing. Is that's kind of uncharted territory in its own way. To be the singles champion of the highest division with the mask going on is its own kind of uncharted territory. At least in the time I've been watching, definitely in the time that we've been covering it.
Yeah.
I want to see, for me personally, I want to see Star go do his own thing, live out there in the wider population of the card. Want to see what's up next for Tony. And maybe we work our way back to this after Star is finally ready to make that final big change of dropping the mask.
Yeah.
But I think that until it's time, that cannot be on the table until it's time. If Star is the person to beat Tony for it, that cannot be on the table until it's time for Tony to lose it. Mm-hmm. Makes sense?
Yeah, 100%.
Any final thoughts, fellas?
I heard the click. What's up?
I wanted to quickly run through the tour dates. I
Let's do
pulled
it,
those
yeah.
together while you guys were talking.
That's the beginning of the show.
Well, we're gonna
Don't
loop back.
even get
Make
me
it fast.
started.
Make it fast. Come on.
Let's see. Friday, May 8th in Lebanon, Kentucky.
Lebanon, goddammit.
Kentucky,
We have been over
6
this
p.m.
every
Yes, we
Lebanon deduction.
have. May
Lebanon,
16th.
Kentucky.
And that is Saturday. Shamrock Slam 2 in Louisville. Doors open at 6:30. Then May 17th, our next OVW Premium Live event is OVW Collision Course,
Saw that.
which is at Hot Point Davis Arena on
All
that
right.
Sunday.
On that one. Yeah.
And June 6th is in Oak Grove, Kentucky, is at 5 p.m. And June, we did that. June 27th is in Lawrenceville, in Illinois. That is open, doors open there at 4:30, and that is a 21-plus show.
Thank you. I'm
welcome.
always giving you a hard time.
I know. All tickets still at ovwrestling.com. And don't forget our Patreon at patreon.com/OVW podcast.
Yeah, those things, OVWrestling.com, that's the important one. The Patreon, OVW Podcast, Patreon, marginally less important. Malachi, get out. Go back behind the computer. This has been the OVW Podcast, the original. Malachi, I swear, I will get back behind the computer or I will put you behind the computer. This has been the OVW Podcast, the original podcast of Ohio Valley Wrestling. My name is Jack Minogues.
I am Brian Allen.
I'm Brian Hines.
See ya.